Hello, Cobble Hill. Matteus Clement here, your local area director. Just wanted to give you a quick update. We've had our press release come out and we've adopted the 2017 budget. And one of the key points in the newspapers is the large increase in Cobble Hill. And I just want to kind of break that down for a bit. Hopefully you're checking this out on the website so you can refer to some of the material I have on there. So 2 years ago, when I was door knocking during my campaign, I knocked on over 500 doors and I talked to a lot of people. And this summer, I also talked to even more people at Music Night in the Park, which I attended every day. And a lot of people were asking for the same things. They're looking for items like sidewalks, street lighting, and I'd really encapsulate that into the fact that people are really wanting a safe, resilient, and vibrant community. And that safety looks like sidewalks and street lighting. They want resilience through local food, a local business, to be able to stay and age in place. And they also want it to be vibrant. They want to be able to see events and have community gatherings. And so when you look at those taxes, what's happened is a majority of that has actually happened in the Cobble Hill functions, I'll call them. Hopefully you're looking at the website. Please check it out at matteusclement.com. And I just have it here in front of me. And what I'd like to point out is I have the 2015 budget showing that per 100,000, you're getting taxed $28. So that's just for Cobble Hill functions, grants, parks, the Historical Society, and the Farmers Institute. And that was in 2015. And so now that's increased to $47. And so what this means in English, without having to run a bunch of math, is that there's quite a bit of money, about $150,000, that's dedicated solely for Cobble Hill items. And we're going to be seeing a lot of those changes in 2017. We're going to see the large park where Music Night in the Park happened in the village. That's going to get grassed finally and the split rail fencing completed. And so we'll have a nice green communal space to use during the summer months. We're also going to see the road shoulders fixed in the village as a start so that it's actually walkable. Right now we have a lot of potholes and the grade is bad and the curb you can actually fall off of. The idea is to create some paths that allow us to have strollers, walkers, bikes along the shoulders. We're also going to see a lot more events. There was a strong support for hosting yet another homesteading fair and other workshops around gardening and homesteading. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, street lighting came up. There was a recent rash of vandalism and thefts that happened within the village core. And instead of getting those huge, ugly highway lights, we're looking to have some ornamental lighting that fits with the rural charm of Cobble Hill. And this is all happening out of discussions that I've had, but also in 2017, we're going to be having a strategic planning session, which is going to involve a design charrette. Right now we have an official community plan that says what we can build in our village, but what does that look like? Because one of the key components that people move here for, and it's in the OCP, says we want a heritage feel to the village. But what does that look like? We don't have any visual representation, and that's the idea of a design charrette, which will help show what that looks like. So we'll have a lot of community input on what the visuals of it is, of what the village can look like. And then from there, we can move forward on bigger projects. And speaking of bigger projects, part of the reason that the taxes went up so much is some of this grant funding that's out there, whether it's provincial or federal, revolves around matching dollars. So if a project costs $200,000, we have to come up with half of it. And if the community deems it worthwhile, then let's move forward on that. But we have to have money in the bank or else we're waiting a year and that grant funding can possibly expire. So I'm looking to leverage a lot of these dollars as well. And again, an emphasis being on Cobble Hill, not money that goes throughout the region, but rather directly in the village. And then you'll also notice in these charts that there were some increases in what I would call the regional functions. And part of that stems from the fact that we have had a huge surge in the number of development and building permits that have happened in the Cowichan Valley. We've actually hit record numbers in 2016, and our staff in the planning department were short-staffed, and this was leading to wait times of 5 to 6 months for a development permit, which is just totally unacceptable. Whether you're ma and pa splitting your house, your property into two pieces so that the kids can live on one side, whether you're a developer looking to build 10, 20, 30 houses, that wait time is just too long. And so over the last couple of years, we've increased the staffing in there so that wait time has substantially dropped. And so that's where we're seeing those regional increases. Also within our solid waste function, because we ship our garbage to the States, what happens is we're at the whim of the US dollar, and so that always comes to bite us at the end of the year if the Canadian dollar is weak. So those are a few things. Nothing is set in stone yet. I'd really like to hear more of what have to say. I held 4 community conversations over the course of the last month. I held them at Cary Park, and we had a variety of discussions around seniors housing, accessibility, and many of these topics I've actually talked about. And so I'll be having another set of those after the design charrette is done to really try and help prioritize where Cobble Hill is going to move forward. So again, you can always email me at mclement@cvrd.bc.ca, or my cell phone number is 250-715-6874. Feel free to message me anytime, and I look forward to your feedback and any ideas that you might have. Thanks.